Hi, everybody. My name is Zaira McCalla. Thank you so much for joining us today. Here at BER, we want to introduce you to all of our amazing professionals that work for us. Today, we're going to be interviewing Maggie Leslie. All right, Maggie, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate your time. First question that I'm going to ask is, what is your name and what do you do here at BER?
My name is Maggie Leslie, and I am our GreenBuild Services Manager. So I manage our Lead for Homes projects providership and our Energy Star multifamily review organization. So I work with any of the multifamily projects that are pursuing Energy Star via the ASHRAE path or the prescriptive path. In general, though, I'm just a resource for any of the program requirements or green building requirements. So I help our staff members, but also any of our raters and clients with their questions related to programs and green building.
All right. How long have you been working for BER?
I have been at BER for just over 2 years now, and I've been in the industry for, I think, about 22 years.
How has this industry changed since you started 22 years ago?
It's changed a lot. I think mainly it has just grown and grown, just really blossomed, and to a certain degree become normal in a lot of areas. It's still very much pushing the envelope in some jurisdictions where codes haven't been improved, but in a lot of areas, programs have had to get a lot harder because codes have caught up with them. The home energy rating industry is now aligned with code and part of the code process. And then, just as far as building, I can say that in my industry locally, when I got started, we spent so much time training HVAC contractors and insulation contractors on essentially how to do their jobs properly. And I think now, at least in our area, a builder can hire those subs and they're not going to charge them more for an Energy Star home or basically to do their job right because they know it takes a little bit longer to do it, but they know how to do it and what's expected of them. And, they're doing a high quality job. So it's nice to have seen that, the investment in education has really paid off and become mainstream in a lot of areas. So that's exciting. Still a lot more work to do, though.
Awesome. The next question is, what drew you to this field?
Well, I think a lot of things. I mean, I started out mainly from an environmental standpoint. I was interested in environmentalism more than building science. But I think I was attracted to the idea that, from an environmental perspective, a lot of times we're just constantly bombarded with all the things we're doing wrong and all the things we shouldn't be doing. But when you apply it to a house, suddenly we're talking about building a home that is more comfortable, more durable. It's going to save you money. It's healthier to live in. Builders can make a higher profit and the environment wins. So it's kind of this win-win. It's a very easy sell that a lot of people can, get behind. It's something that we can do to improve our lives, but also make the world a better place. And, who doesn't want to do that? So I think that was a lot of it. I think there's part of me that also liked this idea that maybe if we put all these environmental principles into our homes, that it'll trickle down to the occupants and they'll also think about their impact on the world or maybe even rebuild, their connection to the natural world. We spend so much of our time indoors, and I like the ideas of, connecting people with nature, even though they're inside all the time, especially in urban environments.
That answer. That's actually really nice. I just to kind of go for it. I don't know if this is going to be in the video or not, but personally, I've tried my best to put those two together, like recycling. It's kind of hard because I live in an apartment complex, but I like that idea that you had. Anyway.
Well, no,
Okay.
it's true. I mean, part of what some of these programs do is require to make it easy to recycle. And if it was
Right.
easier for you to do it, then you would implement it, right? But
Absolutely. Yeah.
reducing that burden and those barriers is what we're trying to do.
I love that. All right. Where do you see this industry going in the future?
Well, it seems like, climate change has been the biggest driver for a lot of this. I mean, certainly a lot of people get into it for health reasons or to save money. But at least with the tax credits, there is a big drive towards electrification and the idea that start by getting homes and buildings all electric, building them as absolutely efficiently as possible so they are essentially as close to net zero as they can be, and it won't require as much of an investment in renewable energy to power homes and buildings. They last for a long, long time. So investing and doing this right the first time has a lasting impact. So I think, so electrification and net zero buildings, improving our existing buildings is got to be a huge push, both for energy use and health reasons. And then I would love to think, since that's going to be so easy to tackle, that there will be a continued push in improving the materials that we use in our buildings, both from an embodied carbon perspective, but also the toxicity of materials that we're using in manufacturing and the impact that they have on our health. And then from there, figuring out there's lots of ways to reduce waste and water use. I mean, it's possible right now to build a building that, has everything it needs to power itself on its site, that can capture all of its water needs and then treat them on site. It's technology that we have now, and to think that with just a little bit of an investment in both energy, time, and money, of course, that we could really have an impact on how we live and make it better.
Endless possibilities, right? Endless possibilities.
Right. Absolutely. But
Right.
lots of needs. Making it all more affordable as well.
Yes, I agree. Okay. And the last question is, why do you choose BER?
Well, one of the things that I love about BER and working at BER is having a direct relationship with the raters that are in the field and being able to make their lives easier. I think, we're here as a resource to help make them successful. If I can help easily answer their questions so they don't have to spend hours figuring it out, it's made their job easier, and it also kind of makes everything move more smoothly and makes it less cumbersome for everybody. So I love, being able to make their job better and easier. And I also think BER is really this conduit between the people writing the program guidelines and the people on the field that are actually implementing these programs. And I really appreciate having the raters' perspective and being able to take that back to the program administrators and say, this is what we need to improve. This is what we make better. I feel like it has a lasting impact, and I really like being able to be a voice for them. And I think BER really, truly wants to, along with the EPA and the USGBC, I mean, we all want to make sure that better buildings are being built, and we want to make it as streamlined and easy as possible. And our investment in customer service and, making it easy for our raters and making their lives better is something that I appreciate. I'm glad to be a part of the team working to do that. So.